And this, if he does, this is just pretty grim for Glance, right? He's seen this guy in basically every hand. Oh, it's curious for now. Has the best hand, although obviously not the best equity. Brick on the turn.
Oh, surely not. Is this one of those just too many outs? Any queen, jack, 10, 7, diamond?
Henry, a jam here. I mean, Glance surely can't call. Oh, he does just check it over.
Behave.
Oh, what is this? This is just sets him in. It has to be too much hand to think about folding.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like he agrees with you. Cards on their backs. Matt.
What a genius Matt Glance is, by the way. He's managed to get this in on the turn with ace-high, having the best of it.
He's given it a little nod of approval, kind of like he seemed to know where he was at. He was up against some kind of combo draw. See if he can hold. Dan's looking for a queen, jack, 10, 7, or a diamond to stay alive. Doesn't find it. Ace, king. Scoops that one. And the boxer.
KO'd.
Yeah, out of there. Level 3.
Clean draw to the straight. Although I suppose one of those 9s does bring a heart, but he has a heart in hand. Oh, he hit it?
My goodness, this is stone cold savagery on the turn as Devoris peels and finds Jin. Disaster for the set of 4s. Drawing live, of course, to a board pair with 212 in the middle. The covered stack, 307 behind. Oh boy.
He's going to be shown the bad news. Especially if he bets pretty big, I imagine Divorce is just going to jam. Sure, Divorce has so much hand, but I'm leaning towards him just raising, get in now. For his opponent to check raise this flop and still bet means he's got something worthy of continuing, whether it be a big combo draw, which he wants to charge against, or it's a set that he just wants to stack now before like a jack, queen, or 7 comes.
Yeah, it's that board texture in particular that lends itself to Devoris asking for it all. And of course, Kunze can't fold. Calls, drawing live, but drawing. As opposed to being in the lead like he was on the flop. Needs a 10-9-8 or the final 4 in the deck for this 826 to direct itself back toward his seat. If anything else falls on the river. And that 5's not going to do it.
Seat open. Oh, nice flop. And that other card to join it with it. The ace is going to be trouble for Melonis.
Uh-oh. Top pair, top kicker has the action checked over from middle set. And boy, Coverman's going to get his pound of flesh, isn't he? After that check raise and barrel that moved him off of the pair.
If you're out of position, you're more likely to check raise. In position, you would always flat this texture. Just because you can't close the action on the turn.
I mean, all the Broadway combos, spade combos, ace X's could be lurking. And as a result, Coverman says, let's slather another 85 on top of this 50.
Coverman isn't supposed to raise worse aces in this spot, like ace queen, ace 10, ace 9. So I do like the call and react if maybe a spade drops. Maybe there's a way to get away from ace king.
Yeah, for the time being, escape is unavailable. As you see Melonis make the call, and now he's turned top 2 pair, Randy, to make matters worse, but at least he's drawing live.
At least he's drawing live. You're right about that, but there's no chance he doesn't lose all his chips here, especially because now he beats ace-jack, which is some of Coverman's check-raise value range.
390 in the middle. Sub 1 SPR for Milonis. All of it requested, and you see him making the call. Shows the ace-king. At least, as we said, he draws live versus dead, which he was on the flop. But now, hit an ace or king to do the same. No.
Good game.
And the GG's.
16K is the bet. Look at Parker. He's kind of like wincing a little bit like, yeah, that's not the greatest flop for me. Casual check call.
I'm trying to sell that idea. I'm not so sure it's going to fly, though. We get to the turn. No spade for Boyanovsky is actually a good thing.
Good for now. He can still hit a river and find a flush. Still, though, Boyanovsky's got to construct a range that check call, check fold's turn. Would have to be just some decent ace highs, I would think. Most pairs aren't folding. Check makes sense.
Ace on the river. Now let's see whether or not Parker finds the check and tries to induce from Boyanovsky. He was not the pre-flop opener, so we can't necessarily give him the ace-x.
Heads up. I think. Versus, or
30K.
Yeah, leading.
Small bet. We've seen players raise on the river trying to represent.
your friend.
Is Boyanovsky going to try to outplay Parker here? Nah, he's done.
Raise 40.
Look at Parker with a little squeeze, but the 3-bet is just up to 40,000, and maybe that's a good thing as Houdon looks down at 2 kings, and he'll be looking to torque this thing even harder.
Yeah, it's actually very fortunate for Parker to have 3-bet small in this exact instance. In general, I would have preferred a bigger sizing just to make sure he shakes out his opponents.
Raise.
Re-raise 100.
I think Ding Biao knows he's usually behind, but he's kind of itching to like, I kind of want to build a stack, you know, it's day one, but nice lay down there with ace queen.
Yeah, you're rating more to destroy a stack. If you end up putting the 5th scoop into a spot like this, granted, he did have Parker in a bad way as it gets folded back around to Tony.
Ace jack, not the greatest hand in this spot, but
Call.
he's going to try and flop something.
So another 60K invested of 323. Can he find an ace? One's already in the bin, but another one shows up here. Ace 8-4, ultra dry.
All in.
Slam dunk flop. Wow, he just open ripped it too.
Think I lose. 6-7.
Maybe Tony would be better served to check at least one street here and see what's what. The 2 kings do find the bin as Parker makes things easy on Houdon in that regard.
You queens.
Oh.
Ace check.
As we go back to the mystery hand streets, giving opportunities for the chat to show.
High VPIP game right now here on day 1B. So he's in. Hand undefined at the moment.
Ace 8-7, top pair. And a queen kicker to boot for the pre-flop 3-better, Boyanovsky. Ding checks with the flow. 30K into 145. That's not exactly a sizing. Ooh. And that continuation is going to come in the form of check raise for Ding Biao, who leans right back on Boyanovsky with a volley.
So Ding's value range is like 7s, 8s, 8, 7 suited. Can't fold his ace queen.
So Boyanovsky flats and a mouthful of cotton on the turn. Very dry. 3 of spades.
Hands with equity, you know, like big combo draws, Jack 10 suited, 6-5 suited, things like this.
210,000.
Ding's practically asking for it all right now. 210k, there's only 200k behind. It seems like he often has like a big draw, not just something just pure trash like Jack 10 offsuit, for example. That's a very safe river card.
Boyanovsky making the call definitely implies a good bit of strength of his own here.
Well, if he's got value, he definitely has. He's going to jam. If he's got a bluff, man, I'm not buying that he's got that much bluffs in this spot, but I know Ding's capable of it.
Okay, talk to me about the hands that make sense. Does ace king go like this? Do 2 8s or 2 7s go like this?
Yes, so set of 8, set of 7s,
Can't
8,
fold
7.
this to someone who has a 270k watch.
Oh my
no.
gosh.
That is a lubeless river there. Oh my goodness. The action is Vardanyan with 9-6.
wow.
Swing and a miss and a set-rich environment. And this time, the ace-high hearts won't be able to find refuge as Punsri did before Keating. Allen, top pair, top kicker, fuse lighting 30K.
Yeah, this is grim. Only saving grace for him is that, of course, Jesse's starting this hand so short in chips that Keating's going to have plenty left at the end because there is no way.
Whoa,
Ooh.
hang on a second.
Oh,
You're saying no way, and the deck
Did
has
he?
other ideas. Deuce of hearts, nut flush draw, and the wheel gutter, James.
And he found the snap check. Wow, I thought for sure this was just going to go bet flop, bet turn, but he's letting Jesse do the bidding.
His hand's too good to
Yeah,
bet?
that's what he's deciding, I think. Obviously, you got to... He gives a little speech as he checked your hands. I love that.
So Keating
Mamma mia.
asking Lonis for the remaining 160. Of course, Jesse with the snap call all in.
Real ones.
Yeah.
And we have some real cliffhanging on this river with 593 in the middle. And the fate of Jesse Lonis. Oh, and the 9 of hearts puts the backdoor nut flush out there and showers Jesse Lonis.
Aha.
Pocket kings for Tony Parker.
64.
In comes a 3-bet to 64,000.
Oh, clicky one. Out of position.
Oh, you wonder what Ding's response is going to be.
Hang on a second. Is Ding wearing a different watch to the one he was wearing before he went to dinner?
Is it? I didn't clock the one that he had on before dinner. You
I'm
think he
sure he
swapped
had
it
a
out?
white strap.
What time is it, though? That's what we're waiting to find out. And it's all in time, says Ding Piao, and he's run into it. I mean, Parker's chips are supposed to beat him in. What's going on, Tony? Don't you dare. Not unless J&T is out there out of turn, and your name is Juan Pardo. Should this hand be finding the muck?
Well. I mean, Ding's going to feel pretty sick when he actually sees this hand.
Tony Parker folds these kings, especially against this man who's shown that he's willing to play all parts. I mean, granted, the re-raise is massive.
He doesn't want his journey to end, Ali. I think that's part of it. He's enjoying his time here.
Let me tell you something. All of us remember a point in our poker career where we would experience the same emotions that are right now going through Tony Parker's mind. We're not there now, presumably, whether we're in the chat as viewers with poker under our belt, whether we're here at the desk. But have a little bit of sympathy and a little bit of understanding. Oh my God!
Oh no!
James, I don't want to jump in the ocean right now, man.
Oh no. Ali, there's sharks out there, buddy.
You're not supposed to swim at night. It's super windy out there. Have you seen the surf?
Do what?
I don't even have my swimsuit on. And yet, that fold by Tony Parker.
Start to handle 25 big blinds, fresh stack. So we go to a flop. 3-bet pot.
Bottom pair for punt 3 on the 10-8-5. No diamond in sight. It's one of those boards, Randy, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the 10-8 sometimes interacting with the flatting range of Fox, and he's going to have some queen jacks, like ace jack, king queen of spades, those types of holdings.
I like to check back from punt 3 because Fox and stack is relatively shallow. You might get check jammed on, and you really don't want to just call off a pair of 5s. Reach for some chips. So if Foxen had like pocket 9s, 8-7 suited, they might go for protection with 3 spades out there.
Punt 3 makes the call. SPR around 0.6 going to the river. So non-spade board pairing river. It's come 4-4. Does Foxen have any 1-spade type holdings, Randy, that aren't a pair?
So like ace jack, maybe.
Right.
But I'm not sure. Is he calling that 3-bet from +1 versus button? Maybe. Ace queen might reshove pre, most likely, I would think.
Does Foxen ever have like queen jack of hearts?
I think so. I think he can have that. And if he had bet those hands on turn, he wants to follow through on river when another spade doesn't drop. Foxen could even have a little bit of slow played big pairs like aces and kings off of the 25 big blind pre-flop stacks. And the thing is, his range is so weak after that flop check back. He
Oh.
makes the call. What has Foxen got?
10-9. Foxen getting value. Look at this for a juicy little value bet.
Potentially be funny in some world.
Oh, Jermaine's flops enough of a piece to stay curious.
Computer says check.
Jack 8-4, bottom pair, 2 spades. He does have that all-important king of spades. Some emergency
We're not
runner
looking like-
cards.
Super aggressive, just like
No, I'm just thinking.
understandable.
Yeah. I don't like know what I'm supposed to do. Or
But you can do it super quickly, just like pow, 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 pow. Pow. Like that. Just, you don't need thinking is
I see what you're saying.
quick thinking.
Yeah.
Not slow thinking like
Yeah.
Oh!
think super slowly.
My
Oh, and he
God.
didn't even stutter, by the way,
Check.
mid-sentence.
He's a pro.
This is
I'm a
elite.
little tired too. Honestly.
Bro, do you know how hungover I was? Last night. Keep it real. I had, in UK units, probably had 22 units. Do you have units in the US in the same
Like units of what?
alcohol?
Oh, no.
No, you don't have a little thing in the back
They-
of the thing saying you're having
they do.
0.1 unit.
Yeah, they do,
I
Ross.
know something.
Unit measurements work the same.
So you can tell me to shut up. We're friends though, right?
You're trying to fist bump the dealer.
I'm going. I'm going.
What happened? Did the dealer not fist bump him back?
He's not allowed to.
Oh,
Snap call from Ross.
how much? Good hand.
Yeah, I think you're making tomorrow too.
You just got to be lucky. You got to be lucky and